Hi, this is A Slice of Lizanya. I'm Liz.
I'm Tanya.
Let's grab a slice. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Stuffy.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's our allergies. They've been acting up.
Yeah.
I'm just like so congested. And it's not even so much that I'm congested. It's how long I've been congested.
No.
Granted, you've been longer.
I'm kind of coming out of it. As you can hear, it's a lot better. There's still a little in there. It's been fun for everybody.
It's so fun. Just sleeping is the best.
It's
when
just
you can't breathe.
It's just sort of, baby, what? Yeah. I was actually watching a TikTok where this girl was asking couples who have been together for a very long time, like since they were children. She was like, would you?
Do you? Okay, if you...
Yeah. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Is... All right.
No.
Okay. Would you?
If you met your partner when you were very young, do you ever ask yourselves, how the hell did we choose so good at that age? And honestly, it made me think about it. I was like, damn. I mean, we've been together for 18 years. We were in high school when we met.
Yeah.
Looking back, for me, it was meeting you and having you be my girlfriend was like breathing. Like, I just don't know how I didn't have it before.
Yeah.
And I think there was just like a very active choice to just to grow together. And I think we're not the same people that we were when we started.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So I just found that really interesting.
I don't know, man. It just felt natural. Yeah, it just felt natural. Like you said, it just felt kind of like, okay, like whatever. Just very familiar in a weird way, even though we'd only known each other for a little bit. It felt very familiar. It felt very natural. And we got along really well. I don't know.
But isn't it crazy that we were...
It's weird to think about it. Like, looking back at it now, it's kind of like, oh. Yeah.
Exactly. This woman made me think about it. Being together for so long, getting together in high school and still being together now, 18 years later. I think back and I'm like, I was just a kid. How did I know to make one of the biggest decisions of my life then? But at the same time, it was so easy.
I think it's also because when you're younger, you kind of are more likely to take like a leap of faith and just kind of just be like, whatever, and just do it without even honestly really thinking about it.
That was very much you.
It was very much
the
me.
two of us.
I like did not really think about it. I was like, okay, sure, whatever, la la la. So I think when you're younger, you kind of like don't really have any of the thought process that you would as you get older. Because, say you are with someone and it doesn't work out, you break up, you date somebody else, and, over and over again, you meet other people, like, at a certain point, you're starting to kind of, like, develop a pattern of things that you're looking for, or that you're not looking for. You're like, okay, well, I'm on this date, and I already don't like that, so this is not going to continue, So it's almost kind of like the luxury of being young and kind of just, like, not really knowing anything. And then the other aspect is definitely, like, actually wanting to be together and like choosing each other and working through hard times.
Because when you get together so young, there is an active choice every couple of years. Yeah. That you're just choosing to grow together. Because that's something that's like, I believe is the biggest factor of people who get together to separate. Yeah. Because they no longer are on the same page because they're not growing together. Yeah. I mean, it was like, when they were younger, it was working, but now 5-10 years later, it's like, we're not the same people. And we're not on the same page.
Yeah. Well, and also sometimes, actually, a lot of times you can't, like, help it. Like, there are just certain things that happen in life. Or you have, like, epiphanies where you're just like, oh, crap. Like, I thought I would have this and this accomplished, or I thought this and that, whatever. And, like, if those don't align with one another... You're so stupid. If those don't align with one another, then, like, why are you going to force it? Yeah. Thankfully, ours thus far has. Yeah. Well, but also you like never know. That's also like the scary thing.
That's why I think it's so like interesting, because it made me think for the first time, dang, at 18 years old, I made a choice to be with this person. Yeah. And just knew that this was going to be my person. Didn't even think about it. Yeah. And it's like the biggest choice of my life. Right. So, yeah, I think also we've been like very, very lucky for sure.
We have. Yeah. Because there's so many things like that could have happened to drive people away, from one another. It is pretty crazy if you really, really do think about it. You're right. Because it's like, okay, you're in high school together. So you have to get over the hump of like that. But then like college, for example, if you go to the same college, maybe it's a little bit easier. But like if you go separate ways, that's going to be so hard to, like, long distance at that age, I think is very, very hard.
And cheating is a thing.
Yeah.
Which actually brings me to my next question.
Huh.
Do you think thinking counts as cheating?
No.
You know there are people who do.
I know.
I was having a conversation this morning with my coworkers, and I asked, do you think thinking is cheating? Yes, absolutely.
That's crazy.
And I was like, explain to me. And I think, and I will quote this. This is from a straight woman. I believe the words were, it's different for men because men are whores. That's the direct quote.
Meaning that
if they're thinking about it.
If a man specifically is thinking about it.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it.
She did say that there's a big double standard with men. But the reasoning for that, as I said, is because men are whores. Like, apparently men tend to act more on cheating thoughts than women.
She's basically saying that a man is more inclined to actually go and have it become a physical thing if they begin to have that little seed planted in their brain.
So once the thinking is there, might as well be. Apparently, this is coming from a straight source. This is all I have.
It's true.
I don't know how
we need more sources. We need
cheaters. Leave
those of you who have cheated, man, woman, non-binary person, please identify
queer,
yourself.
straight. Tell us, is thinking cheating?
Yeah.
Why yes, why not?
We need
why
a survey.
do men do it more? Why might women do it more? Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can understand that point of view, I suppose. I still don't agree.
But then, another coworker, also female, also straight, agreed 100%.
I still say no.
I don't think thinking is cheating at all.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Right.
Like,
if he then goes and does it, that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
That's a whole other, like, situation that him and you and your relationship, whatever it has to deal with. But, like, I guess also is just kind of like, well, if he never tells you that he's thinking about somebody else, like...
This is hypothetically if you find out, or if he does share it. That's it. But you don't believe that thinking is cheating. I don't think that thinking is cheating.
I also don't think flirting is cheating.
Same.
And people don't like that. I don't care.
Yeah, flirting is not cheating to me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, with that, I can understand how people can see it as, like, cheating or, being, like, insecure. Especially if somebody has been cheated on, then there's definitely that, like, wall that you put up, and then there's that insecurity that gets laid on top of that. And I don't want to say PTSD. I don't know if that's the correct term, but, like, kind of where you're just like you're worried that
you
it's
have
going to happen
trauma
again. You have trauma.
You've been burned.
Yeah. So like maybe you were with one person who was horrible to you, and now you're with someone and they're great, but they're like once in a while they think about somebody else, and now you're like, oh my god, you're going to be just like this guy. So I totally understand.
You're gonna leave me. You're gonna leave me.
You're gonna leave me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I totally understand where that comes from. Yeah. Speaking for myself and our relationship, thinking is not cheating. Flirting is not cheating to me either.
Remember on the L Word, that almost breaks up Tasha and Alice, because Alice is like, thinking's not cheating. And Tasha's like,
yes, it is.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Shane says, kissing is not cheating.
Kissing is not cheating. Okay.
Of course Shane would.
Of course. Shane's like, neither is having sex with someone else. That's
honestly,
not cheating.
I dare to say that she might have sex.
I don't think kissing counts. It's not cheating. Nor do I think sleeping with someone. Well, unless you sleep with a person more than once.
I'm just like, okay, there has to be a line in the sand somewhere.
It was really funny because it was Shane and it was Beth who said that kissing was, like, not cheating.
Okay, I disagree with that, but
Shane and Beth are the freaking
cheaters. Yeah. Of course you're gonna say that, you freaking cheater.
I love that episode. Remember which one it is? They go camping.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
all by the fire.
Yeah. It was an intense episode. Things get revealed. It's a good show. But also, if you have rules in your relationship, I think that's also very important.
Well,
that's really what it comes down to.
This is just a little, like, very basic.
More like a black and white-ish kind of thing.
Thinking is cheating.
Yeah.
We don't.
No.
Other people really, really do. And feel very strongly about that. So,
but communication is the key, you guys.
Yeah.
Setting rules and boundaries in your relationship, and that's what you tell your partner. And if you're somebody that's like, I don't care, flirt away. That's something that needs to be communicated. Or if you do care, you have to tell them. Or, you know, people have other rules in their relationship.
Yeah.
So.
But that's just layers.
That's a lot of layers. That's very, When I was driving for once the other day, how terrible billboards are. Especially, like, the law firm ones. You're just like...
Why is it always?
It's always the law ones. I don't know why.
It's an older white guy looking at you like this.
I mean, it is usually like a thumbs up situation, or it's like a...
Yeah, my favorite is like, guns and dope, don't lose hope. Call somebody, I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's always like the cheesiest.
It is, but clearly it worked, since you remember it.
Because it's ridiculous. But like, also, who is doing this?
Them.
Why are they doing it? Why can't they get a better marketing team? Are you hiring? Terrible.
Oh my god, I don't think they're gonna hire me after I criticize their gun, dope, nope, whatever you just said, I don't know.
Sweet James will be fine. Or like there's a picture of one where there's it's a guy next to another guy, they're in jail. And there's a guy in an orange jumpsuit and there's a guy next to him kind of looking kind of scared. And it says, "Not your ideal roommate."
Oh yeah, I remember this. It's so funny though. But again, clearly that tact is working.
My favorite is the ones in Spanish because he just says accidentes, accidentes, accidentes.
It's like an exclamation mark.
You're kind of like, what do you cover? Oh, accidentes. I know who to call. 1-800-accidentes. Lawyer.
Lawyer.
And it's always a guy like this.
That's what I said. No, that's my little contribution to this week.
That's all you had?
That's all I've got, really.
What do you think is worse regarding socially, not academically? Middle school or high school?
Socially? Middle school.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's awful.
Why? What was it? What do you think was your worst experience? I know mine by heart.
It's, for me, as more of like, I guess I can pinpoint one particular thing, but it's the overarching thing of how you're not really a child. But you're not a teenager yet. So you're in that awkward in-between phase of trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what you're allowed to like, what you're allowed not to like.
The politics start.
Exactly. That's when it's definitely like really taken off. And on top of that, your hormones, your body changes, your voice change, like it's just so many things, or it doesn't change, and so then you're bullied and you're just like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like, and everyone obviously hits it at different points. So if maybe everyone had the same developmental like milestones at the same time, maybe it wouldn't be as bad.
But it's fluctuating.
But it does. All over the person place. To person, it's so different.
It takes one summer for that girl who comes back and she's like, wow!
Yeah.
And you're like,
that was me. Yeah, I had a terrible experience because my dad put me to school early. So I was only 5 years old when I went to first grade. So I was always like a year and a half behind everybody else. And so I was already like behind in that aspect. And in general, I was just a later bloomer. And so I remember in middle school when we had to like change for PE, and this girl was already like pretty developed, and I was like, there was nothing much going on, right? And
surfboard.
And so we were changing for gym class, whatever, and I don't know, she was looking at me. I mean, I wonder where she's at now. But she was looking at me, obviously enough to criticize my non-existent boobies. So now that I think about that, I'm like, you know?
You're suspicious.
You're suspicious. But yeah, and then she like bullied me for it, and the fact that I had no boobs. And I'm like, first of all, I'm in 6th grade. You know? Second of all, that means I was like 10.
Yeah.
Listen, there are some girls that develop earlier that do develop at 8, 9, 10. I was not one of them. But also in my head, like 10 is still pretty dang young.
Yeah. To
begin getting any sort of anything, you know? But yeah, that was just one of my mass experiences of middle school that I hated. I have more, but...
No, it's terrible. We can keep talking about it.
It was bad.
I mean, I have mine. I feel like my middle school experience is like the typical, like, gay experience for somebody who's in the closet. I liked my best friend.
But you didn't know.
But I didn't know because I was in middle school. I couldn't understand what was happening. I just knew I liked her a lot. And she picked up on it, which makes me think she liked me.
Yeah.
I just know she did. Now that I'm an adult and I look back, she probably picked up on something. She probably liked me back.
Mm-hmm.
I just know she did. I don't know where you are, but I know you did.
She stopped talking to you?
She stopped talking to me, and then she told the whole class that I was a lesbian.
How dare she spread that lie?
Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, look at me. Do I look like a lesbian to you?
Not at all.
Ridiculous. So she stopped talking to me, and I mean, I'm in middle school. I'm, what, 11?
Yeah.
I didn't understand why. I just knew I liked her a lot, and suddenly my friend stopped talking to me out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Janice Ian. That's what happened to me. Like, and I'm 100% sure that she liked me.
Yeah.
Looking back is like the closeted lesbian experience. It's like she liked me. She probably panicked. And she
probably
told everybody, and everybody stopped talking to me or made fun of me.
But like, what made her pick up on it? Did you like do something that you can think of?
We had tension.
Oh, so it was more of like an energy thing.
It was a moment that I know that we had some sort of tension. Stared into each other's eyes longingly for a little bit.
It's very young to have that. But you know what? Some people develop their like tendencies very early. Tendencies. I don't know. What can I say? It might not like.
No, I don't know. Some people do. Some people definitely develop.
We literally have a friend who's like, I was kissing boys in kindergarten. I'm like, what?
I know.
That like literally never crossed my mind of even being allowed to do that.
No,
so like those thoughts for me didn't come until later on.
I didn't understand the sexual aspect or romantic aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're a kid. I understood only the fact that I like somebody very, very, very much. Mm-hmm. And that I had like butterflies or a feeling, but I didn't get that. I was I'm like, it's hope. It's hope. It's happy joy. I was going to say happy and joy.
Hope. Yeah.
It's hope that someone will like me eventually.
We all need to have that.
No, but no, we definitely, I know that we had like a moment. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's looking back now, it's obvious that she liked me and she panicked. But at the moment, I was just like, okay, great. My best friend doesn't like me anymore.
Yeah, I would have been destroyed.
Yeah, middle school sucks.
It does suck.
Especially if you're a closeted queer. Like,
and also, like I was saying in mine, how like, why is she looking? You know? So mine's a bit on the flip side. I'm like, man. You know?
Yeah. No, for sure. Where are they now?
And I'm
married to each other.
They found love in a hopeless place. Maybe. I don't know. My other experience was that I was ghosted when I moved in middle school by like my best friend.
That was bad.
That one really hurt. We were like best friends and I would go to her house like all the time, stay the night and whatever for 2 years. And then I moved and we're like, we're going to keep in touch, obviously, whatever. And back then when they only had like Facebook or something, like we messaged each other, we emailed each other. That was mostly how we stayed in contact, is we emailed each other back and forth, and every once in a while we would talk on the phone. But then one time she like didn't respond to my email, and I think I emailed her back like again, being like, hey.
And that feels awful. To
be
the one who like reaches out a couple times.
And then I called her. She didn't answer, so then I left like a voice message. And then I think I let a couple of days go by, and I called her again and left another voice message, and she never returned my calls, and like I literally never heard from her again. What the hell happened?
Yeah.
Like, but like, because it's not like we left things on bad terms. We were both like, oh, I'm so sad you're leaving. What? Like, so I want to know. I'm like, why did you never return my calls or my emails? No, it was bad.
That was cool.
I still think about it and cry at night. I'm just kidding.
Oh, middle school is hard.
No, it's very hard.
Yeah. High school can be hard in a different way, I think. Like,
sure.
Because you already form your little, like...
Well, high school is hard because it's, once again, for the most part, you're going to a completely new school again. Like, and so sometimes you'll have the same kids that you've seen in middle school if you stay in the same area. But I also moved around a lot. So I was the new kid a lot. And that sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, in high school, you kind of have to like form your clique. But then like usually like you kind of have your clique. Like obviously people come and go. But
that's part of the drama of high school.
It is.
People coming and going. The cliques. They change all the time.
And when like, if you're like a girl group and somebody gets like a boyfriend or something, you're never going to see her again.
Never going to see her again.
Unless they like break up and then they come crawling back and you're just like, hey. You're like, okay, I love you.
How
it's fine.
the turntables.
What in high school, there's different drama. In high school, it's definitely the dating aspect and like who likes who. And then if you're involved in any sort of extracurricular activity, there's obviously drama there.
And also if there's like, if you're not if you're not part of drama in high school, but you know somebody who is, and you have to pick a side.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the worst and the best. They are the best to tell now.
Yeah, but
being in it, it was
sucked.
The worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah, I mean, and again...
Lots of tears.
But again, another spike of hormones, another, like, changing of things, and you're just like... And then, on top of that... Well, I guess that goes into academics. I was gonna say, you're worried about fucking if you're going to college or not. Like, it's so many things.
I think it's funny that you mentioned, like, the hormones and the spike of hormones and everything and the drama, because, like, I think it's really funny that people think that theater kids are weird and that they don't, like, get girlfriends or boyfriends, that they don't date, that they don't do anything, and that other kids are the cool kids. Have you been to a theater kid party?
A cast party?
A cast party?
Wild. Everyone is with everyone.
Everyone.
Pretty much. Like, let's just be honest.
That is where the queer begins.
That is.
The queer starts
everyone there.
Backstage.
And the wings.
The wings are given to a queer backstage. Ding. That's how you...
And she was a fairy. Every time a queer appears, the bell rings. An angel gets its wings.
Every time there's a cast party, a queer is born. Backstage? Do you know? Do you know?
I was there.
I was there too. With you.
For a long time. In high school and in college.
Every time there is in between scenes, you can get a makeout sesh. For sure.
Yeah.
In the wings, backstage.
And let's not even talk about, like, the dressing rooms.
We're not even
or the green room or whatever. That's a whole other ballpark right there.
A whole other thing. That's a level up.
Yeah. Yeah,
you think the cool kids are having all the cool parties and the hot parties. Yeah, talk to a theater kid.
For real.
We had everything. We were on top of the world. We had backstage.
That's where the experimenting began.
And and people and all of these girls tell themselves everybody likes to kiss girls. That's fine. We're just experimenting.
Yeah.
It's theater.
It's
theater. For the theater.
It's for the art.
Acting.
Chaos.
We've talked about college.
I know, because then you're involving alcohol, and that's...
Yeah, sure. There was no alcohol involved in high school. Not at all. Authorities. And parents.
No, never. You're right.
Remember those, like, blue bottles of vodka?
Huh? No.
Exactly.
Did I ever have that? I'm sure I did. I didn't even look at the bottle. I just drank it.
The tiny 99-cent one that was like banana flavor or like random.
Oh! That shit was nasty. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, the flavor's coming back to you now?
So coming back to me now.
That was tambourine.
I saw it. Yeah, no, it was bad. Remember when we did a shot of Bacardi 151? Which is supposed to be just like a little floater to light on fire for effects. But we were like, let's just take a shot.
You see my body just remember that.
I think that was the one and only time we've ever taken that shot. And we were
never
like...
again.
No.
Never again.
That was... Honestly, that was worse than absinthe.
Well, yeah, absinthe is delicious.
Not really.
If you drink it correctly, yes, it is.
I don't like licorice, so it doesn't matter. Even if you do the whole thing and the sugar, it's still not great.
Speaking of high school.
Yeah.
I think we have fallen from greatness. Because in high school, a Hot Topic used to be a scary place to be in. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Have you been to a Hot Topic recently?
Yeah. I mean, not quite recently, but within the last year I have.
There's fluffy things in it.
Fluffy things?
My goal when entering a Hot Topic, I would always do it when my parents would be there, so they knew that I was dangerous. I wanted them to look at the store and be like, El Diablo. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to know that I was a dangerous human being they were raising.
Wow.
And then I would go in there and get my Spider-Man shirt and leave.
The danger!
Great power.
Great
no
power.
Responsibility.
No, yeah, I remember Hot Topic. I loved Hot Topic and I loved Spencer's. My mom always hated every time I would go in there. She was like,
yeah.
That was pretty
much
now
now you walk into a Hot Topic and it's like kitty cats and fluffy unicorns and and I don't even know what music they're playing.
I don't know either.
But it sounds like music. Back in the day, it sounded like we were at the same Hot Topic.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was great. Yeah, and they had pretty, like, decent, like, sales and stuff.
Yeah, they did.
Listen, as a kid, I was always aware of a budget. I was a budget queen since I was 6.
I know. I know, baby.
It was ingrained into me. We were poor, okay?
Oh, here we go.
You know what store has been lost?
So many, but...
Yeah.
Oh, can I make a guess from that time? From back in the day?
Yeah. There's a couple that I'm thinking about.
Are you thinking electronics?
No, I was thinking clothing store. Like,
Clothing store.
yeah.
Charlotte Russe?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one you were thinking?
Yeah.
Wow, look at us. Yeah, that was a good one.
And then another one that I'm thinking about is Wet Seal. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Wasn't, I think, as popular. At least I didn't really go into it as often. But also electronic-wise, we lost a lot of stores. Sam Goody. Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I got so much stuff from there.
Yeah. Was that a chain store? Or was it, like, just...
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah?
That's where I bought my guitar.
Yeah, we lost a lot of stores. Charlotte Russe. My first wedges were bought there.
You know what? Hot Topic is almost there.
Honestly, if they keep going with this fluffy stuff, I might...
They're one plushie away from being Claire's.
Yeah. But I will say, I think it's because people
are scared.
Are so boring nowadays. The youth is so boring nowadays.
It's trends.
It is.
Because it's like, you don't want to be different. You want to be the same. No! Be different!
Like, it's so annoying. Like, we don't really, from the limited experience I have now, I've seen youths out and about, because you don't see them anywhere either now.
Where are they?
I don't know. Where do they hang out?
Coachella, probably.
Can you imagine going to Coachella back, like, our age, anyway, that's a whole other anyway, off topic. I don't ever see anyone in, like, the little, like, emo phase or whatever.
I know.
I feel like that's all we were.
No, I just saw a TikTok of this girl who, like, cracks, like, a drink, like, an Olipop or something. I don't remember what she does exactly. And she's like, come with me to my first day of middle school. And I'm like, if I barely survived middle school back then, I wouldn't have done it today.
This is why they're scared of being individualistic, though. It's because of social media.
Yeah.
Like, if that didn't exist, or if they chose not to participate in social media, too, like, I think people would be less afraid of being truly who they are and how they express themselves and everything. Because, like, now, yeah, like, everything is picture, online, record, online, you know, for everybody to judge.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we have? A disposable camera? Maybe a digital one if you're rich and lucky? Like...
hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
We still had them back then.
We still had them. It was a beautiful time.
Have your hopes and dreams now, because then you grow up and you lose them.
You lose them. That will go away. People aren't doing that. Kids aren't doing that. And that's why stores like Hot Topic had to conform into something like that, because they have to stay on topic of whatever is trending right now and however they can appeal to those kids.
Hot topic.
Yeah. Like, they have to appeal to them somehow. Otherwise, they're going to go out of business.
Yeah. Okay, so since we were talking about High School Musical, there's something that I've been wanting to fight for.
Okay.
For a long time.
Tell me.
As a theater kid, I am here to say, right now, today, Sharpay was robbed.
Yeah.
Because you're going to tell me that this random jock and this random girl what's her thing? Was she smart?
Her thing was being smart.
A woman smart, oh my goodness, called the press. Do better. They decide to have a little karaoke song once they can hold a tune. Mm-hmm. They don't even make the audition. Do they make the audition? They're late for it?
Doesn't remember.
They struggle to even start. They're like, oh, I don't know if I want to audition. I don't know.
Yeah, basketball theater. I don't know if I can involve. I'm too scared of the crowd. Or should I pursue my dream?
Meanwhile, you have Sharpay, who was ready for this.
Yeah.
Who has practiced all summer.
Mm-hmm.
She has lines memorized. Dance done. She's got her music. She knows when to start. She has everything down. And she doesn't get the part?
Yeah. She was robbed. And then they come and they're like, I don't know. Do I want this? Do I know it? Nah. You're right. I would have been pissed if I was her. I've been like, if you don't even know if you want it, then fuck off. Like, yeah. I know I want it. Go away. I'd be mad.
Oh, you want to play basketball? Guess what? Go.
Go play basketball.
You want to go read? What does she do?
I think she was like a decathlon or something like that.
Okay, you want to go decaf? Go.
You're like, I know I want to be here.
Like,
I
this is
wanna
my
perform.
one thing. I am not struggling. I am not deciding, do I want to be,
right?
Like, no.
Do I want to write or do I want to perform? Like, no.
I want to perform, and I rehearsed, and I was on time.
Yeah.
And I knew my shit. Mm-hmm. And here you come being late, disrespecting the theater.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Disrespect.
Yeah. She was robbed. And I think we should do a redo. Where Troy is retired because he broke a knee. And Gabriella is a middle school teacher. And they go to Broadway. And who's the lead? Sharpay. Mm-hmm. That's the movie I want to see.
Her finally succeeding and achieving her dream.
Yeah. And what's his face is gay.
Yeah,
Out.
Obviously.
Well, he wasn't though.
No, I know.
Obviously. Ryan.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, like, if it was to be made now, I think they would have to. Like, otherwise, I would not believe it. It would take me right out.
But yeah, Ryan is gay.
Yeah.
Out.
For sure.
Because they pretended. They never said it, and we're all like,
really?
Yes.
I don't remember.
He recently, the last couple of years, I think, he made a video where they were like, yeah, no, he just likes theater. And everybody was like, okay.
Yeah.
I like theater too. I like theater very much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't remember the other two movies, though. What happens there? Do you remember? I think the third one is when they do finally graduate.
The second one, they go somewhere and there's a golf course. And I think at the end, Gabriella is drowning. And then there's a struggle over golf this time. I feel like Ryan and the guy have a unspoken thing, but we all caught up with that. I may be making this up. This has been great. Good to be back. Anyway, I'm Liz.
I'm Tanya.
And that was The Slice.